think CTECs can have a significant influence on what's being taught that's really relevant to what we want them to learn. So if you look at construction, traditionally you think of trade roles like bricklayers, electricians, plumbers, but there's such a wide variation of roles that support those positions. So positions like HR, IT, engineering, commercial, sales. And I think more promotion of those roles can really help give wider levels of opportunities to students where they may not even be aware of those positions exist. So I think the more that we work with CTECs to help promote those roles, promote the industry and the variation of positions that are available, can only be beneficial for students to have a wider option of things to go for in their careers.
Industry isn't aware of the CTEC world and what might have the conversations that have happened between sort of from government level and the setting up of the CTEC and what its objectives might have been. People may have seen it on LinkedIn or so, but they don't really read much. So I think it's making it easy, making it clear, being very clear about what they want and what they need, and any standards that need to be maintained, and then and reaching out to employers, and then harnessing bigger employers and using them to reach out to the smaller employers who if we're not familiar with CTECs, there's even less chance that they will be.
I think CTECs are something new. I mean, I've been in education for 20 years and in the construction industry longer. And for me, this is something that hasn't been done before. And I'll use this week as an example, actually. This week alone, I've been able to speak with over 10 different colleges, over 5 different independent training providers, all across Yorkshire and Humber. And we're having very similar conversations of what we've had today in this panel, which is all around how can we collaborate more to solve some of these fundamental problems that we have. And I think everyone knows what the problems are, but I think we just need to find the solutions, and I think CTEC can be the conduit to that.
My experience is that the education has always been a precursor to employment, but actually in reality the education and with apprentices and other things is actually a really benefit of bringing teachers in to understand how industry works, and also industry to learn how teaching operates, because the two skills are very different and separate. So there's a significant opportunity there for the employer to learn, the students to learn, but also the education provider to learn. And that connection between all those parties is a key for the future opportunities and the growth of the sector.
So for the employer, I think it's that opportunity to influence the curriculum. I'm coming up to now year 13 construction, and it's been the fastest paced of change that I can recall, particularly around digital innovation. The fact that employers and CTECs are at that table, and they need to ensure that learners are best placed, and ultimately we've got a workforce that is fit for the future.
We never know it all. We work in an industry where every project has its own challenges, and so new ideas are always welcome. What we might see as the tried and tested way just might not always work. So new ideas is absolutely essential. And for the learner, it's that real world experience that they can't get anywhere else. They really do need to see what the job is like in the rain. They need to feel what it feels like to get up at 6 o'clock every morning and be at work for 7:30. But they also need to feel the teamwork and the camaraderie and the support on a Friday, an easier day. It's closing down the site, it's a bacon sandwich round, it's fun, and they need some of that as well, which again, you just don't get that in the classroom.
I think there's got to be certainty of workload. With certainty of workload for sort of students means there's opportunity. And within that, then clients and industry and employers have confidence to employ students and give them careers. And I use the word careers rather than opportunities, because it's not about 6 months. It's about 10 years, 15 years, 20-year careers. And that makes the difference, and that will change the image of the sector and the industry. And I think the CTEC's role in that is really important.
I've learned about even with the things that you would think would be quite minute issues about travel to college. didn't really ever cross my mind, to be honest with you. So what it's opened my eyes to is actually, as an employer, it's incumbent on us really not just to focus on the learning standards that they need, it's employability skills, it's how we get the best out of our students, not just learning the day-to-day doing the job, how to make them an effective employee.